was born and raised on the east side of Detroit. When I was younger, I had a whole bunch of difficult issues and things like that made it very difficult to succeed in life. Like, for instance, I went to prison when I was 17 years old for armed robbery. But in prison for me was more of an intervention. It was a way for me to change my life. I got my GED, got my education in prison, but when I got out, I wanted to do more. I wanted to do the right thing. I ended up getting married, then had a son, and it turns out that my wife at the time was addicted to drugs. She was addicted to heroin, and she left me and my son on our own. It was very difficult for me to get a job. People wouldn't hire me. You know, as soon as they seen that I had a criminal background, they would show me to the right. But you know, and meeting Apostle Jackson, he gave me a chance where other people wouldn't give me a chance. You know, at the time I was homeless. I was living in my car. My trunk was my refrigerator. I was really, really struggling. I lost custody of my son, O'Shea. You know, life was on a downturn. I was suicidal and everything else. But when I met Apostle, it was like an opportunity. You know, he gave me a chance. He hired me into the Impact Network.
You know, as a drug dealer, during that time of process, I had got caught and I had got incarcerated for 14 years in prison. And so during the time, from that time when I came out, I was watching a TV show and I was looking for a show like with T.D. Jakes or something, and I ran across this man of God. His name was Bishop Wayne T. Jackson. During that time, I was going through a transition of losing my place and my apartment. Everything was going to the left and everything. And I explained all these things to Bishop Wayne T. Jackson. And the man of God just simply, he just embraced me. Not only that, he went in his pocket, helped me get another place, and turned around and gave me a job, you know, working for him as well. And, you know, during that process, he had me to go to Catechism 1, Catechism 2. And as I started to develop myself as a man of God, sooner or later, I became what you call Minister Joseph today.
I've been here approximately 25 years now. And in that time, I've seen life-changing experience even with me. They have been a blessing for us. I came in here, I had a raggedy car, and they blessed me with a beautiful Cadillac, you know. And I mean, I know that was God, you know, just from their hearts. They even put me in a home, a beautiful home. You know, I mean, this is in an area that, you know, you dream of living in. You know, God has truly been blessing. He's did it for so many other people. There's even a family that came down here from Texas, and he allowed this family to be placed in his home to get their self on the right track. And I just know that was so much love, you know, exemplified in that situation, because the lady had 2 children and they're still in the home, you know, and she's now getting herself together to move on, you know, to that next level in life. And that's only what a man and woman of God would do.
I'm supposed to be meeting Apostle Jackson over there as well, so he be moving and shaking, so I got to catch him because he's always making moves. He'll be at one location and he'll be at another location, just like that. I'm from Texas. I uprooted my family in 2016 from Texas to Michigan to actually be mentored by Apostle Jackson and Dr. Beverly, me and my wife. And when I can say this, man, I mean, I've seen a lot happen to me within these past 2 years. I mean, stuff happens so fast, I just don't understand. But I know that it's all about who you're connected to. And before I met Apostle, I was actually a truck driver. I drove trucks for this company, you know, working for a dumpster truck business and, you know, picking up trash, dirty diapers, dealing with maggots and all type of stuff like that. And, you know, and working paycheck to paycheck, you know, it was a never-ending thing, I thought, you know. But when I began to move up here, begin to learn principles from Apostle and begin to learn about certain things, man, that help my life, so that way I don't have to live that paycheck to paycheck. And I just wanted to share that, Apostle Jackson is a true man of God. His wife is a true woman of God, and they helped our lives, man. We just closed on a house this year, 2018, $250,000 house we closed on. And I mean, a lot of things, a lot of promotion, a lot of things have been happening because it's all about who you're connected to.
We dug up this backyard because
wow.
we laid the pipes to the sewer was broke, and if it would cause, if we hadn't done this and had a backhoe come And to dig up the backyard, our plumber came and laid new pipe all the way to the sewer. If we hadn't done that, then what would have happened eventually, all of the sewer would have backed up in the basement. So everything that we're making and doing, we're making sure that when a homeowner, it's very important that we put somebody in the home that's going to enjoy the home and not so much trying to get money.
At first I was like terrified. You know, I'm around this man, all this, you know. So I just wanted to be perfect, you know. But I learned in trying to be perfect, I just needed to just relax and be myself. And once I got there, I continued to make mistakes to where I thought, oh, he gonna get rid of me or this and that. But he began to tell me like, it's not about that. With Bishop, it's not about the money. It's about, you know, really, he always told me, it's like, it's for my life. I'm like, did I do a good job, Bishop? He's like, yeah, you did a good job, but Merv, I want to see you at the ministry. I want to see you in Bible study. He's always on me. He was more concerned about that. And then when it was time for business, he got to business. When he gets to business, he gets to business. But I also learned from Bishop, his business is what helps the ministry and the things he's doing, and just small things. Like I personally, I have seen him give away cars, and I be like, what, you gonna give it away? But then I see what happens once the cars be given away. But he always gives it to, if these people out here want help, they need to come worship. And all the much as you give, as much as you would get.